Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. I am the Soul Teacher and I'm here today to do a very special reading with you. It's called the Chiron, the Wounded Healer. So this is Chiron, the Wounded Healer, and this is an asteroid, and this asteroid was named after this guy. So I want to tell you more about this, and it's imperative that you understand how it works. Chiron was active at your birth in a very specific place. And this is about how Chiron shows up in your natal chart. Now, this does not go like the normal sun signs or the moon signs or the Venus signs or whatever. You have to see specifically at the time of your birth when Chiron was, or where was Chiron in your natal chart. Now, if you go down to the description box below, you'll see there's a list of dates of between this and then. If you know the time of your birth, you can also use that. It just makes it more accurate. You'll see there are times as well where you can see where was your Chiron at your date of birth, and then proceed to that reading, the one that is necessary for you to watch. I do, however, recommend that you watch this as your sun sign reading too. Normally, astrologers would say that Chiron is only according to your birth chart. As I've done my research around this, I've really noticed a lot of the things that is in my birth, my sun sign, and the people I know and love around me as well, very much pertains to their lives as well. So I would recommend that you watch both your sign that Chiron was in at the date of your birth, as well as your sun sign. It is very informative. So I will go ahead and go do the different videos now, and I hope you enjoy it. Chiron in Scorpio. Let me tell you more about the Wounded Healer. So this is about a very deep soul wound that you have decided to work through during this lifetime. So in other words, Chiron would give you the supportive energy to work through this during this lifetime. So this wound is not a normal wound. It is not something that, okay, I got hurt and now I'm working through it and I'm healing, yay, and I walk out to the other side. This is something you will work through for the rest of your life. Oh gosh, that's one that's in the wrong way around. Sorry, guys. So what this is all about is this might be something from a past life, it might be something from this life, it doesn't really matter. The fact is that you will keep on peeling the layers off of this soul wound so that you can heal it deeper every time you go in. I also decided to not do an extended reading on this. I just feel that, your cards are jumpy, Scorpio, goodness. I decided it's too deep and it's very private and personal. So if you are interested, please follow the link down below in the description box to my website. You can purchase your own personal Chiron reading from there. Right, so how this is going to work, I have been researching this topic extensively for the last 2 days. So I'm going to read a bit on what you can expect with Chiron being in Scorpio, how you can expect it to show up in your life, and then we'll take the reading from there. Okay, so let's see. Chiron in Scorpio. Very deep wounding relating to other people's energies affecting who you are, your sense of safety in the world, and your sense of power. Chiron can show us where there was abuse or trauma or something traumatic at a psychological level that you are ready to work through in this lifetime in a safe, healing environment to understand what's happening below the surface. You have to go into your emotional underworld. It will be a big part of your life experience, but also a deep area of healing that gives you access to wisdom and understanding. Very intense energy to work with, the ability to heal yourself and claim your power, to claim back what you lost to another person. Reconfiguring trust, power dynamics, emotional safety. Very deep level, but very empowering. How we interact with other people means you need a safe person to talk with and help you work through these intense energies. Okay. As you can see, this is a very, very intense energy being in Scorpio, the death and rebirth. So let's start out. In which chakra lies this abuse, trauma, either physical or emotional? And it lies in your throat chakra. You're not able to talk about this. And because you're not able to talk about this, you can't heal it. Wow. Okay, so this is probably something that's happened to you that you most probably haven't told anyone about. And you haven't received any therapy around it. Now, when I say therapy, I don't necessarily mean you have to go to a therapist. A therapist can be your soulmate, it can be your best friend, it can be your husband or your wife or your girlfriend or boyfriend or your teacher or your mother, your father, even your kids if they're grown. It can be anyone that you can talk to in a safe environment so that you can get this out in the open. While it's there in your emotional underworld and you don't open the door to it, it cannot be healed. It's going to lie there, and that wound is going to fester, and it's going to become bigger and bigger until it explodes. And then what I see, it's a very graphic image that Chiron is giving me here. What I'm seeing is I'm seeing you in a situation where you have taken on so much, and this wound has festered so much that it explodes, and then all of that pus and all of that yucky stuff falls onto the other people that's got nothing to do with this whole situation. So if you have Chiron in Scorpio, it's a very, very important thing to speak to someone about it, to talk about it. If you have to meditate and you have to talk about that, but voice it out loud so that this can come to the surface. Whatever it is, remember this is about trauma, about either physical or emotional or psychological trauma. Sorry, I'm just looking for the place. I channeled separate readings for every sign, so I kind of get lost sometimes, sorry. How does this show up in your life? Wow. So this shows up as spiritual strength. So the moment you decide that you are strong enough to talk about this and to let it out so that this wound can heal, you will become so strong spiritually. But the other side of the coin is, if you don't express this spiritual strength, until you can, will hold you together. But please understand, it will only hold you together until a point. When you reach that point and that boil explodes, it's not going to be a pretty picture. How can you claim back the power that you lost to another? Now, this might not necessarily be another person. It might be a situation. It might be something physical that you've lost. But you've lost your power when you lost that person, situation, or you lost your power to another person. The question is, how can you claim that power back? Wow. You see, the thing is, being Scorpio, you are all about death and rebirth. So you are all about new beginnings in your life, but you have to go through the death before you can have the rebirth. You cannot have new life before the old life has died. And you have to make the decision to, instead of allowing that wound to fester so much and then explode, you have to allow the death to happen there. You have to allow all those yucky stuff to come out so that wound can close up and you can start anew. I really do feel that by peeling off the layers in the soul wound, I don't think it's just one or two. I think you guys have been through a hell of a lot. But if you start just with one thing that's really hampering you, holding you back in your life, and you peel the layers and you get to that point and you can clean up that wound, clean it out, and you can put a little band-aid on it and it can start the healing process, the quicker your new beginning will be. I do see lots of new beginnings in your life, but I also see lots of deaths, because as I say, there cannot be a new beginning if there's not a death first. So I see a lot of baby phoenixes rising here, but it's painful. That phoenix needs to go through death by fire, and burn to ashes, and then stand up from the ashes with new life. Whew. I thought this was going to be quite a strong reading. How can you feel safe around other people again? Because once you've been hurt so badly, that's always the hardest thing, right? Is to be able to feel safe with other people again. So this is a very interesting energy. I wrote a blog on my website now in this week where I explain the Three of Swords energy, because this is the Three of Swords, heartache and loss. And this is about mental energy. Swords is a mental energy, it's not emotional. So I do feel that having Chiron in Scorpio would really accentuate these mental heartaches and losses, meaning that you might have healed from this in your heart already, but in your mind you're still holding on to this, which is where the wound actually is festering, is in your mind. But it's much easier to get rid of Swords energy than it is to get rid of Cups energy, because emotional energies are so much more powerful. But if the mind in itself is very powerful, so if you keep on holding on to these things in your mind, it's going to be very difficult to trust other people. So this is heal from this hurt in your heart, and then instead of remembering that saying comes to mind, forgive but never forget. I don't agree. Forget about it. Remember the lesson, but don't remember about what has happened, because this is going to keep you from trusting other people. This is going to keep you from going into a new romantic relationship that might be your soulmate for the rest of this life. You know, this might be the thing that stops you from trusting someone again, and it might be the best partnership in business you've ever had. So instead of forgiving and not forgetting, forget as well. Hold on to the lesson, but don't remember about every single thing in your life that's gone wrong and that's been bad, because this will definitely keep you from trusting people. Your advice from Chiron? Wow, chaos and conflict in protection. I'm going to read this to you because I'm not very familiar with these protection messages. So 33. The essential meanings are disarray, being at cross purposes with another, the tension of opposites, the value of chaos before order. So the protection message for this is an advantageous moment to restore order and recognize the opportunity of negotiation. Even in the seeming chaos, there is a kind of divine order, a complete resorting of elements. This is where you realize that this is Swords energy, not Cups energy. If your intention is to find the best solution for the highest good of all, there is positive news. The timing is perfect. Things are already stirred up, so don't be afraid to jump into the mix. You'll discover everything you need to know about how this situation affects you long term. Be present in the eye of the chaos. This moment is valuable. Don't waste it. Now that is a powerful reading. Very, very powerful. Guys, I really hope this helped. Thank you so much for supporting me on my channel. I appreciate you so much. Please like, share, and subscribe. It helps to grow the channel. And I really, really hope that this helped you a lot. I'll see you again soon. Take care.